We approached every Saturday scrimmage in the defensive line room as it was a game for us. We left them on Friday with a game plan, with some notes and things that they could mentally prepare themselves for, and started to try to get those guys into a routine for playing football games on Saturday in the fall. That's something that they didn't do last year. So we try to approach it that way, that tomorrow morning's a game, get some rest, study your game plan, wake up in a mindset that you're going to go win a football game today. And you know, we did that for 3 Saturdays. We did that as a group. I thought we did a nice job of that.
Were they as productive in each of those previous scrimmages as maybe they were Saturday?
Yeah, I think probably more productive. I think because you saw more consistent plays in the run game and the runs that we're going to see. Some of those guys in that first group didn't see a whole bunch of runs. But I think throughout the scrimmages and the Saturdays, I think that they were productive, and that's when most of their grading in my evaluation came, not on the 15th practice of the spring game.
Mike, they made a lot of progress this spring on 15th practice. Who made significant?
Well, I think Joel Hill improved. I think Joel Hill, we saw things from Joel Hill that we hadn't seen last year, as far as his being able to play with some body lean, playing with some extension on blockers. I think Michael Bennett, I think Adolphus, Noah, I thought Rashad Frazier helped himself and improved. I think that Chris Carter improved. Chris Carter, the last 2 weeks, looked like a nose guard, looked like a legitimate force inside, and somebody that we're going to have to continue to coach and continue to push to get his full potential, because there's not a lot of guys his size that can do what he does physically. And I think that Tommy Shutt was going to be a guy that was going to help us in the rotation, and just from an injury standpoint wasn't able to be out there the majority of the time.
Is there, given what you guys had to replace on the defensive line, Simon and Hankins line, given that and knowing replacing those guys this spring, are you pleased with where the D-line is at this point?
Well, I mean, I think after 15 practices, I would grade us, probably a B to a B+. I think that we did some good things. There's some things we have to improve on. Consistently playing hard, consistently playing with a demeanor that's going to allow us to be a really good group and a top 5 D-line in the country.
From a leadership standpoint, Mike, obviously you, Coach Meyer, talked about the leader that John Simon was. From that unit as a whole, is that something that also is being developed and was being developed over the 15 practices? Do you feel good about where you are from that standpoint? Well,
I think we try to do that each day in our meetings. I think we try to talk about things that are going to help them become better leaders. I think that we're taking steps. I think that Michael Bennett, by being out there and being consistent in his message and his toughness and his play, helps that leadership. To me, leadership is about being consistent in your message and demanding it from other players. But you have to first and foremost do it yourself, and he did. Joel Hill leads us as a group in the weight room, in the meeting room, and on the field. And Noah started to take some strides. And I would say that's probably where his biggest improvement is going to need to come from between now and camp, is in his leadership. He understands our defense, he understands the fundamentals, he plays with great effort, and he has good ability. I just need to get his leadership skills to another level.
2 years into this, how much do you like this job, the coaching profession?
No, I love it. I think that with a young group, you get to mold them, you get to get them prepared, you get to give them things that are going to help them be successful. I think that last year, a veteran group, and I didn't have to do a whole bunch. I mean, I tried to coach, but they were pretty good. Now it's a young group that you can mold and transform into the vision that you want it to. Thanks, guys.